Hey guys, what's going on? Defiant here. Today I've got a game of Demolition on Radiation for you. I believe I go 73 and 5. Using the FAMAS with dual mags, Flak Jacket Pro. Or maybe I don't have Flak Jacket Pro in this gameplay. I don't think I do, but Flak Jacket, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Tac Mask Pro. And Tac Mask is quickly becoming my favorite third tier perk. If you guys didn't know, Tac Mask Pro. Makes you pretty much invulnerable to like stun grenades and flashbangs and Nova. So it's really useful. It saves my life quite a bit, and I believe it saves my life once here at the beginning of this game while I'm on my first kill streak. But anyways, today, what I wanted to talk to you guys about was Modern Warfare 3 and what I think that Infinity Ward, or whoever's working on the game, there's been a lot of changes for it because of the whole Activision Infinity Ward drama that was going on. But anyways, I think what they should do with this game is make it similar to Black Ops as far as the perks go, as far as the setup goes. I love the lack of stopping power in this game. I think it really evens out the playing field and opens it up to be a lot more, you can use a lot more different setups, or a lot of different setups in this game compared to Modern Warfare 2. It was mostly Marathon Pro, Stopping Power Pro, Ninja Pro, or Sleight of Hand Pro instead of Marathon Pro. There wasn't really much variation in that game. I mean, you saw it every once in a while, but most of the time people are using the same setup. And that's something I like about Black Ops, is that it's not all the same, and you're definitely able to mix it up a little bit more with this game. And right here I get really, really lucky, by the way. I don't know if that kid didn't see me or what, but I don't know. I got lucky and I got my chopper gunner there. But anyways, I'm going back to the topic at hand here. So a few things that they would need to fix, though, if they were to use a similar setup of perks as Black Ops did, would definitely be get rid of, well, not get rid of Ghost. I'm gonna get to that in a second, but get rid of Second Chance altogether. If you have to have it in the game, if it's a must-have, then give us 2 death streaks, give us Copycat and Second Chance, and then I'd be fine with it, as long as it's not, some people can use, and every time you shoot them they fucking fall into Second Chance and kill you with their primary as they're falling to the ground. As long as it's not as prevalent as it is in this game, I don't think it'll be a problem. But the thing about Ghost is this is where the stopping power debate comes into play, as to maybe stopping power is something you need to have in the game, because if you put Ghost and stopping power in the same perk tier, it really clears out, the people using Ghost, or for the most part a lot of them stop using it, and if they do use it, it's going to take more bullets for them to kill. So some people think that that's the best counter, I guess, to Ghost, or the best way to defeat the Ghost whores who sit in corners, but I don't really think so. I think the way to do it would be to put it in the same tier of perks as Sleight of Hand, because Sleight of Hand is probably the dominant perk in this game if you had to pick one. And put it in the same perk tier as Sleight of Hand, and then you need a counter to it still. I mean, you need a counter to Ghost, because I mean, Blackbird, that's really the only counter in this game, is if you get a Blackbird. And that's, 8 kills versus a perk that you can have on every single time that you spawn in. I think the Ghost is a little bit overpowered in this game. So what I would do, what my personal opinion is you need to create a counter perk to Ghost. Maybe put it in the same perk tier, because this one could also get a little bit overpowered. But just hear me out. Maybe a perk that would show enemies who sit in a spot for 10 seconds or more at a time. And I mean, you might have to change this based on the game type you're playing. I don't know if they could do that or not. Search might be a little bit different, or maybe if you're defending a bomb and demolition, I could understand it as well. But make a perk that if an enemy, okay, maybe we'll go with 15 seconds. If an enemy doesn't move from a spot, I mean, they can look around and stuff, but, as long as they don't physically move an inch or two from that same spot in over, 15 seconds, then they're going to show up on your radar for, let's say, 5 seconds. And if they don't move for another 15 seconds, they'll show up on your radar for another 5 seconds. And I think, that would probably help out a lot as far as, busting the ghost corner campers. That's what you call it. You could call it like a Ghostbuster or something. That could be the name of the perk. You know, where they that would really eliminate a lot of the corner camping, in my opinion, is if you had a perk like that. If you run into a lobby full of people doing that, or, you know, a few people doing that, it's really bugging you, you could put on a class with that perk on and get them out of their corners and then switch back to whatever class you want. But as I said, you'd have to put those two perks in the same slot, sleight of hand, because I realize a lot of the newer beginner players are going to be more liable, or, you know, they're going to be more likely to sit in a corner for a longer period of time because they're new to the game, and the Ghostbuster perk, or whatever you want to call it, could get a little bit overpowered in that sense. So definitely put in the same slot as sleight of hand. And then another thing I think that would help out with the ghost drama in this game would be, you know, why give them the fucking Wookiee suits? In jungle, it's such a bitch to see them when they're sitting in bushes and stuff with that Wookiee suit on. You don't need to give people who use Ghost a freaking Wookiee suit. I mean, a ghillie suit. I like to call it a Wookiee suit. You know, get them bush Wookiees out of their uniforms and make them more visible to everybody else, and I think that would help out a lot, because there's a lot of times where I run around a corner and I check it, like on a map like Jungle, or, you know, even Cracked in some of the darker corners they like to sit, and I don't even see them. But, you know, if they didn't have that bush Wookiee suit on, you know, you'd have a lot better chance of seeing them. So I think that would be helpful, too, to get rid of that fucking bush Wookiee suit. I hate them fucking bush Wookiees. But, anyways, I think that a game like that, where you have a counter to Ghost, no stopping power, no second chance, unless it's a death streak, I think that would be the most balanced Call of Duty. And since people would be less likely to use Ghost, I mean, I think you'd see a lot more active gameplay, a lot more entertaining, you know, people moving around more. And that's what I like to see. That's one of the things I liked about Modern Warfare 2, is people tended to move around the map a little bit more than they do in Black Ops. And, you know, if you did that with the game, I think you'd see a lot more people running around. So that would always be a plus in my book. But as you... Oh, sorry. I just woke up, so my throat's a little bit dry, but... As you guys are seeing this gameplay right now, going into my third chopper gunner, so I knew when I got this game this was going to be a good game. I love this map for Demolition, and it's probably one of my favorite maps for Demolition. I feel really confident when I play on this map. I feel like I can always get a lot of kill streaks going, but, you know, some people may not like it, but this is one of my favorite maps in this game. I think it's pretty balanced, and I like that they give you a few ways to move around the map besides just going underground or going going through the building. You know, you got multiple routes across the map, and I actually do think this map is pretty balanced. So the only problem with this map really is you know, in Domination, when you get them trapped at C, you can lay waste to them, because the C spawn is a little bit worse than the A spawn. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this gameplay and my thoughts on how they should set up the perks for Modern Warfare 3. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure some of you guys have some pretty good ideas, so just let me know in the comment section. And if you could like this video, I'd appreciate that. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. And I'll talk to you guys later. My score in this game was 73-5. Peace.